What's up, Hostile Nation? We are here and it is peak week, so let's go over the peak week necessity groceries. First things first, I got my protein source here. I'm gonna be doing a lean protein source of chicken. I got organic chicken here, and as you can see, for the peak week, which we really start carbing up on Tuesday, this is about all the protein I'll need. So not a crazy amount. We really pull my protein down and we replace those calories with carbohydrates. So one of my meals is gonna be chicken. It's gonna be jasmine rice, and it's gonna be pineapple. The reason I'm doing the pineapple is one, carbohydrates, obviously it's a fruit. Fructose helps you go to the bathroom, so that's a necessity and important. But also there's digestive enzymes in pineapple that's gonna help me digest this protein and make sure that everything's going perfectly down there and make sure that my waist is nice and tiny and small, because that's an attribute of my physique that we really wanna show off. So, like I said, chicken, pineapple, jasmine rice is one of my meals. I control my salt completely for peak week. So I have my individual salt here, and I'm making sure I'm doing distilled water, which doesn't have any electrolytes in it. And that's very, very important. So that is how I'll be making my jasmine rice. And then one of my other meals is going to be cream of rice. I'll be using mostly Elevate, maybe some Pride as well. Just started working with these guys, Elevate. Alexis has been with them for a while, so you can use her code. And I think Martian will actually be active once this is up. And I'll be making that, instead of using water, I'll be making it with rice milk. So this is a Stefan Kiesel trick, if you will, or secret, if you will, even more. But this is how we get a little bit extra carbs without increasing the volume of the meal. So I'll be doing those two things. And then on that meal, I will be doing some almond butter. So almond butter is really important here. We need that fat source to help those carbohydrates stick and really make sure that glycogen's holding on and my metabolism's not going too fast. This will be also added to the chicken meals every once in a while. It just depends on what boss is seeing and what he determines. But some people do peanut butter, some people do almond butter. Personal preference. Couple reasons why I do almond butter. One is a lot of people have peanut sensitivity that they don't even know about. It could just be the slightest thing, but if it's causing some digestive stress, that's something we don't want as a bodybuilder. We want everything perfect. So me personally, I do have a slight peanut allergy and it affects my digestion a little bit. So that is one reason why I'm using almond butter. Two, it has less saturated fats. So it's a little bit better, a little bit easier to digest, and it also has a better electrolyte profile. So as we're carbing up and we're controlling those electrolytes, this is a little better way to get those put back in after we've depleted things down. We're through most of what we've got here. Some things that are really important that I want to go over is one, glutamine. So this I'll be doing 3-4 times a day at 10 grams each time. And this is just super, super important for a couple things, guys. One, hydration. As we start to dehydrate our body, we want to make sure that we're hydrating in the right way as we're pulling this food into the muscle. And two, it's really, really impactful on keeping the digestive tract healthy and making sure that everything is, again, going smoothly with digestion so that the waist is small. As you guys know, shape is everything in bodybuilding, and it's even becoming more and more important. So keeping that waist tiny is very important, and this is how we're gonna do it. Glutamine is gonna make sure our digestion is on point. I have an honorable mention thing here. As I said, I control my salt, so we don't use other seasonings, but you can get some Mrs. Dash seasonings that are salt-free to make sure that your food still tastes good, guys. Even though you're bodybuilders, and I know we're eating for a purpose here, and it's to look good, so you don't really have to worry about it tasting good, but this is a way to do it. I like to do this. I just use a little bit of Mrs. Dash, and then like I said, we weigh my salt each morning for the entire day, so it's controlled manner. And then last thing I wanna go over in food sources is I still keep protein in, guys, almost all the way to the show. So I'll be using this all the way until Tuesday, and I'm on stage on Friday. So just to put that in perspective for you, the only reason we're really taking it out is because we're pulling my protein down, like I said, again, to eliminate digestive stress. so that my waist is nice and small. But I'll be using ISO all the way until then. I think it's an awesome addition to your diet, and this is something we use a ton of all the way throughout, and I've looked amazing through, so we might as well keep it in. I'll get to drink this all the way on Tuesday, and it's probably my favorite meal still. Make sure, guys, if you're gonna do protein, especially this close to a show, I would do an isolate. So you're just making sure that there's no fats in here. It's a clean protein, and it's also gonna make sure that your digestion again is on point. Sometimes concentrate can have a little bit too much dairy in it and cause digestive stress as well. So, and we have 2 different flavors of protein. Personally, I'm someone that likes to drink my protein. We will show you guys some ways that I've made shakes before, but one of my favorites here is to do coffee actually with the chocolate and drink it that way. And then the blueberry donut, I just love to drink it, as well as it mixes really good in this cream of rice, especially the cookie butter. So those go well together, guys. This is my grocery haul. And then last but not least, I want to go over one thing that I'm doing backstage that is not a necessary must, but it's something that I'll be doing. It's not something you have to do, but this is something I will be doing backstage to get my electrolytes in, to get some glycogen into the muscle quickly, fuel me up, and then also to get that crazy pump on and make sure the muscle's pushing hard against the skin. We're gonna be doing a combination of some things here. I'm gonna be doing CDX, which is gonna give me that glycogen. This is a highly branched cyclodextrin. It's a fast digesting carbohydrate. It's going to be drank, and within 20 minutes it's going to be into the muscle and give me that nasty pump that we're looking for. CDX, guys, the reason for this over saying just doing a tablespoon of sugar or drinking a soda backstage is this is just going to cause less gastric distress. So this digests a little bit easier. It's a shorter chain of carbohydrates, and that's going to be easier to break down, which is going to be easier for the stomach, and that's what we want. Like I said, no gastric distress, no bloating, nothing like that. So when you go on stage, you can have that perfect tiny waist. I'm going to be mixing that with a little bit of Gatorade, and that is it has some carbohydrates as well, and it also has the electrolytes we want to get in there to help get us a pump. We'll be putting some salt in there as well. That goes down to what boss says. We'll weigh it, and he'll determine that as we go from my look. And then last, I'll be doing 2 scoops of Bloodshot. So this is our pump product, guys. There's no caffeine or anything in here. It's just full of citrulline and nitrates, some glycerol, and this thing is awesome for a pump. So it's great for the workout. We always look crazy during my workout after a few pump sets, and that's what we want to replicate on stage. Picking a pre-workout to use backstage, guys, I would make sure to use a non-stimulant because caffeine is a vasoconstrictor. So it's going to shrink those veins down and make them smaller, when the goal is right now is to vasodilate, which is what this product is going to do, and it's going to give you that nasty pump that we're looking for on stage. So we'll be using that, and like I said, mixing this all together, have a little pump drink backstage, do some bicep curls, do some posing, go out and hopefully kick some ass and take some names. The thing I want to go over, guys, is peak week food and doing crazy stuff, eating crazy foods. That's not something we do on Team Stefan Kiesel. We do foods that we've been doing all prep. We do foods that we know digest well and ones that we've used before, and consistently have a good database and pictures to know what I look like from it. So these are all foods I've been eating all prep, all things that I know digest well, and that's very, very important for this, guys. Like I said, the main factor here in peaking is being able to get that full, dry, hard look, but make sure that that waist and digestion is perfect so that you can present it how you should. I'm somebody that believes in the beauty of bodybuilding and the art of bodybuilding, and so we take this stuff very seriously. Everything is weighed down to the gram, and I think that that's what makes the difference, and we go the extra mile on this team. So this is what I will be doing for peak week, guys. If you guys want to see more of the diet and how I'm doing or how much I'm eating, go check out my channel. We'll be doing full days of eating all the way going into the show. And if you want to pick up some of these HOSSTILE products, you can use code Martian. We appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we learned something today.